one time where they missed the popsicle man, and by the time they had got their mother, so I bought all of them a popsicle, but then I walked down the street and she was just getting out, because she was just getting, I guess, home from somewhere, work or whatever.
Right.
So I asked, I gave them to her and said, if it's okay, then give it to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That used to be important too, is to ask permission.
Yeah. But she said thank you, and then I just turned around and walked back up the street. Now, you just don't have as much as that of that now as you used to. But then again, like I said, but a lot of it is because those were new neighborhoods. Everybody was pretty much the same age. All the grown-ups was pretty much the same age. So.
And like I said, they had, whether it was staggered children of ages, they had children that weren't too much more than a year or two difference in age.
Within five.
Yeah.
Okay, because in my block, you had 4 generations. The guy directly across the street from me, he had the house of houses, because his house was on the corner where my mother's street, it kind of curved. So after the alley, he caught all that property until the street straightened out.
Okay.
And his son, I think, was one of the oldest. I mean, literally real old. I mean, like 10 years older.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but now his second son was only maybe 4 years older than maybe 5 years older than me, but maybe 4 years, 3 years older than some of the others. So they were the oldest two, and then there was one down a ways where I think he had daughters, except he had 3 daughters and a young son. Now, for me, I caught the in between. I was like within a year, 9 months younger than everybody in what I call that second generation. Okay, so them daughters, the guy across the street, they were kind of the same age. Now after that, then you had a couple of years. You had a year under me. Then you had another break. Then my sister came along, and that next generation. That was all in one block, So, but you don't have as much of that, because you do have, like I said, where I grew up at, they either don't have kids, or there's not that many kids, and they're spaced apart, and everybody's coming and going trying to make it.
Yeah, some of the families were definitely larger. There were 7 of us, but we knew people that had anywhere from 13 to 15 children. A lot of people had migrated from down south,
and that was big families.
And they were big families, and they were seemingly more neighborly. The times were different.
Well, the times were different, like you said. Now, in our case, everybody, we was unique from the standpoint that you could, the street light could be on, but you could be next door on the porch simply because, like for example, on my mother's street, you had the corner house on my side of the street had 4 kids. Next door had 4 kids. Then me with 2. Then next door with 2. Next door with 2. Next door with 2. That was one odd house that had no kids because he was older. Then the next had 4, 2, 4, 2 block, just at one side of the street. And then when you went across the street, there was just as many kids. Right. So the light being out, the old saying, when the light's on, you got to be on your porch. Yeah. Well, you didn't necessarily have to almost be on your porch, but you had to be on somebody's porch within like a house radius on each side.
Yeah.
That all they had to do was
checking in.
If my father, mother called out and said, call my name, I gotta answer.
That's it.
You gotta be heard quick.
Yeah.
And and it's different now.
And just the mere fact that you could go back there, remember it, and knew it, even as you were talking, I'm thinking, okay, then we had the Johnsons, we had the Braxtons, and I knew who they were.
Yeah.
We had the Lenores, we had the Flemings, we had, and another thing that was cool, we didn't think so then, but was cool about it, is there was a network. The parents had each other's phone numbers and everything.
Oh, yeah.
If I did something,
well,
before I even hit the block, my parents already knew about it. And they had permission to scold me about it.
Oh, no question. But originally, almost didn't have to have a phone number because the party line. It was a party line for a long time. Okay, it wasn't until 60s to maybe 65, 64, somewhere up in there. I can't remember the exact year where you had party line anyway. So I mean, you had to have cooperation.